How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another Avengers video. It's been a while since I've done any Avengers videos, and that's just because there hasn't really been any new content. But yesterday they finally released a patch with quite a bit of quality of life changes, and then as of today they added some new content. They added the Shield Substation Zero outpost, and then they added the Tachyon Rift missions. So in this video I'm going to go over the good and the bad. First, let's start off with the bad. I just got done playing the new Tachyon Rift missions, and I checked out the Shield Substation Zero outpost, and I gotta say, they're extremely underwhelming. Like, really disappointing. If you're one of those players that stopped playing and you've been on the fence about coming back with additional content being added, based off of the Tachyon Rift mission, I would say don't bother coming back. The outpost is basically just a reskin of the Chimera and the Anthill. It's just another hub area to go to. There's nothing unique about it. All the vendors are the same. They all sell the same stuff, so there's no reason to really go here. This hub world is basically just to set up the Tachyon Rift storyline, which is also pretty underwhelming. So there's absolutely no reason to really go to this new hub world. I guess you can just sort of pick and choose which one you like the most. If you want to go to the Anthill, you can get all your missions at the Anthill. If you want to go to the Chimera, you can go there. Or if you want to go to this new place, you can go to this new place. There's absolutely no reason to have 3 different hub worlds. I don't see the point. It's just a complete waste of time. I don't know why they spent their time and resources to make this 3rd new addition to this hub world. I thought they would at least have different type of vendors and they would sell different items, but all these items we've already seen over and over and over. It's just the same stuff with a different environment. It's just completely underwhelming. But then when it comes to the new Tachyon Rift missions, I thought that these were going to be unique. I thought that these were going to be, you know, something new to play. It was going to be new content. I thought that it was going to be pretty exciting, and they are so unbelievably underwhelming. But just imagine any mission that you've ever completed in this game just with a time limit. That's all that this is. When you play the Tachyon Rift mission, there is a timer that is set at the bottom left of the screen, and then there's a bunch of orbs all around the map as you play. And then as you collect orbs and as you defeat enemies, the timer goes up. And then if you get too low on the timer, I'm assuming that you just failed the mission. But it's so unbelievably easy to get the timer to stay high because there's so many enemies and there's so many orbs that they give you that the timer isn't even a problem. And then you just go and you basically just replay missions that you've already played a million times. There's nothing new to these missions. They're the same mechanics. Go here, activate this button. Go here, deactivate this door. Go stand in this spot and hold this objective, and then go defend this other objective. It's literally just copy and pasted of the same missions we've played over and over and over and over again, just with a time limit. It's so lazy. It's so boring. It's not worth coming back to at all, in my opinion. I can't believe I picked this up and I was excited to play something new, and then they just slapped me in the face and was like, no, more of the same. I can't believe they actually released this and are advertising it as new content. It feels like they're so disconnected with what people actually want when they're playing a video game. So I'm not at all impressed with the new outposts, and I'm not at all impressed with the new Tachyon Rift missions. But what I am impressed with, however, is some of the quality of life changes that they made in the update and in these patch notes. So looking at the patch notes, they had a bunch of different highlights. They have remote faction terminals that have been added to the outpost, which allow collection of faction assignments and villain sector bounties without the need to visit each faction coordinator in person. So this right here is something I already noticed. This makes it so that you don't have to go to every single outpost to accept the bounties. You can just go to one outpost and you can accept all of them in one place. This is a great change, but this at the same time gets rid of the reason to even ever have to go to these other places. If you like to go to the Chimera, you have no reason to ever go visit Hank Pym at the Anthill. Absolutely no reason at all. The only reason that you ever need to go there is if you need to collect your reward from the faction person and get some extra resources for free just for leveling up your faction. But other than that, it kind of makes the other hub worlds obsolete. If I was them, I would just remove all these hub worlds and just stick to one. And then some more quality of life changes they made is that they extended the pickup radius for your reward drops. This was something that a lot of the people in the community were requesting. This is a great change. I've already noticed this as well. The ability ready to preview cosmetic vendor items. This is another requested change. I've been requesting this since launch. Big thumbs up here. They add the option to scale your subtitles. Closed captions will no longer automatically display in cinematics. The movement speed has been increased in Outposts, so now you can sprint. No more walking around and taking forever to get through the Chimera. You can just sprint to wherever you want. This is a great quality of life change. It makes things a lot faster, and I really appreciate this. AI companion improvements, including assistance when player needs to be revived. They improved the Mega Hive rewards. They now guarantee you 2 exotic items and give you an increased amount of upgrade modules upon completion. So both of these are great. I've already noticed that the AI are a little bit smarter. Whenever I get down, the AI kind of makes it their #1 priority to save me, and it feels like they're better at defending objectives. I don't know if that's part of the change or not, but I definitely can tell a difference that the AI tends to like hold objectives a little bit better. And then as for the improved rewards, this is great. Now if you complete the Mega Hive, you're guaranteed to get exotics. This is a huge change. That alone makes it way better than what it was previously, because you could grind and grind and grind all those waves of Hive and still not get a guaranteed reward, and it just zapped the fun completely away from doing it. So now that you're at least guaranteed to get exotic gear, you can go through every single week and play with different characters, and that's a good way to get the best gear in the game. So this patch added a lot of really good quality of life changes. I really enjoy these changes when it comes to this patch, and this kind of thing is a step in the right direction. I like that they're taking the feedback when it comes to improvements, like they're actually listening to the community. But when it comes to the actual content itself, I think it's going to take a lot longer to see improvements to the basic fundamentals like the loot, the different missions, making things play differently than one another. So I'm kind of mixed on this patch, to be honest, because it does have a lot of good changes, but the additional content that they added just isn't very fun. It's just more of the same. And then if you look at the marketplace, they've changed the marketplace up. Now there is an empty slot available for when they add Kate Bishop. She will be coming pretty soon. She should be coming sometime later this month if everything still goes according to plan. They've still yet to announce anything about Kate Bishop, but we should be getting some news on Kate Bishop here pretty soon. And then in the patch notes, they talk a little bit about the new content. They said that the Substation Zero has opened to investigate the new temporal anomalies that have begun forming across the world, a space that offers new narrative, characters, and content. You can find the SHIELD Substation Zero in the Pacific Northwest on the war table. So that right there is a stretch. I mean, new narrative, characters, and content. I mean, I don't know what their definition of narrative and content is, but I mean, like I said, it's more of the same. It's just the same missions you've played over and over again with a time limit. And then the Tachyon Rift missions, you'll investigate the temporal anomalies by taking on the new Tachyon Rift missions, which are the first place players can get the cosmic gear. The Tachyon Rift storm will damage players over time, but charges heroic energy at an increased rate. With the Meridian modifier active, players can pass through temporal anomalies to extend the time you can spend within the Tachyon Rift. A late game offering Tachyon Rift mission requires 140 power level or higher supers to play. These missions are available once per day and rotate out daily. So every single day you can replay these missions and get some high level gear. And then they basically just made a bunch of campaign changes. I'm not really going to go over these because I don't want this video to go on for like 20 minutes. I'll put them up on screen so you guys can pause and read over these if you'd like. But they did make some changes to multiplayer and matchmaking, so these are pretty important. They renamed the launch mission button to Ready Up while matchmaking in the Quinjet. They improved the text clarity related to matchmaking options in the Quinjet. They resolved an issue where players were unable to find a strike team as they select a hero via quick match after naturally matchmaking for a previous mission. They improved the stability after the host has left a match. They disabled pause in Quinjet to prevent loading issues. There's a rare bug that caused heroes to lock when invited directly from a reassemble campaign mission. Then they fixed an issue where requested companions would not despawn, resulting in duplicate heroes when players disconnected. And then the strike team integrity is kept intact when reloading checkpoints in the Hive. And then for some user interface changes, players can now preview cosmetic vendor items like I said earlier. Tactical awareness now stays on longer, so that's a good change. They removed unnecessary shoot and punch tutorials, and then they just had a bunch of like behind the scenes like setting options that they changed. And then in terms of combat, they fixed an issue that would cause players to not be invulnerable immediately after reviving. So if you revive your teammate, you are invulnerable for a little bit bit of time. That way it sort of pays off for reviving your team. You don't get insta-killed. They fixed some issues for Black Widow. They fixed some issues for Iron Man. They improved Captain America's melee combo flow. They nerfed the spin drones a little bit, so that's a good change. They tuned the difficulty in the Alone Against AIM mission. They tuned the defensive objectives with blue overshields on enemies. Then they tuned the cryo-adaptoid slam attack. So they just made a few changes to combat there. And then the final list of changes in the patch notes. There's a big list of gear and challenges rewards that they changed. They basically just say that they fix a lot of issues regarding the hero challenge cards. They fixed some bugs that had to do with daily and weekly challenges. They fixed some of the broken skins that weren't showing up for people. They basically just fixed some broken gear and broken perks that weren't working for some of the different pieces of armor. And then towards the bottom, they go to talk about how you can no longer get level 1 gear from elite hives, which is a good change. They improve the exotic gear attributes to make exotics a lot better, which is also a huge change because a lot of people were upset with the way that exotics work. And then they improved the reliability of Nornstone perks that increased the drop chance and added extra rewards to the loot tables. So overall, like I said, I think the patch notes are great. They made some really good quality of life changes, but when it comes to the actual content that they added, it's just underwhelming and I'm not a fan. So if you're a returning player and you want to see some good quality of life changes, if some of these problems were bothering you, it might be worth checking out the game again. But if you're coming back for new content, I would honestly probably wait till a new hero is added, like Kate Bishop or Hawkeye or any of the new future heroes. We don't know how they're going to play yet. As soon as we get some new information on these new heroes, I will be sure to keep you guys updated. But that is everything that I have for you guys today. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Have you guys tested out the new Tachyon Rift missions? Maybe you guys really enjoy them. Maybe it's just personal preference, but I'm personally not that big of a fan. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Hit that subscribe button if you are new here, and be sure to hit that bell for notifications. Be sure to join the channel's Discord and follow me on Twitch at SwanyPlaysGames Live. And that is going to do it for me, everyone, and I will talk to you all in the next video.